9, so we might be out one individual. And that's okay. If she gets there, she gets there. We'll just kind of just roll ahead. Let's see.
Does everybody have their camera on, or is it just me?
Refresh.
Yeah, let me refresh. I can see Cruz and Gene.
Check 1, 2. All right, there we go.
Word.
I can see everyone but Mike. Well, my Uncle Russ.
Yeah, that's how it is for me as well. I just see the fireplace. It's all good.
All right.
Shit happens.
Let me refresh.
All by myself.
Don't wanna be all by myself anymore.
All right, I have a coffee.
I do declare.
Cool. I've got some booze. I don't really know what I'm drinking. It's good.
Well, I put whiskey in it, so
Okay. Touche.
there we go.
I'm a ray of fucking sunshine. Thank you.
Yes, you are, Cruz. Yes, you are.
Sunshine,
He
lollipops,
really
and
is.
So I'm gonna
Ah,
since we didn't stream the last session and we have nothing to tell me otherwise. For the 3 that were here last time, I'm just gonna bring it back a little bit. And just pull you guys outside the Abbey. Just so because there's a couple of cool things that I missed that I wanted rereading, things that I think might be a little bit fun if we wander around it. Not a big deal. Let me just make sure here. Okay, so a good question for you guys is basically, Mr. DM, Mr. Mike, Uncle Russ. What happened last time is I was like, I gotta figure out which stream we're in. We basically bullshitted for about half the morning, and it's a beautiful cold winter morning. And then the 3 party decided to proceed upstairs. I think they had some interesting encounters, which I'm not going to necessarily go into. Maybe they can catch you up when you catch up with them.
Where are we?
Well, you, my friend, are still. Sarah's on her way. I'm just going to drag Sarah with you. I'm not going to go back again to this, but I feel like you might enjoy the intro to this a little bit. So you wake up. You slept in a little bit the night before. You're in the inn of the town of Krizik, the main town where you guys about 2 weeks ago spent. Or sorry, what is it? 2 weeks ago is when we last played. Last night, you were drinking with the burgomaster. He basically was like, "Hey, I need you to end the abbot's life because he's been taking children and he has my kids and he's been using them. He's the source of the army, and presented you with a bit of a moral dilemma and a request. He was obviously absolutely tanked. So you wake up a little bit later than the rest of the party. You come downstairs and there's Esmeralda and Irina are still at the table. Raz is still passed the fuck out. Looks like he might have slept at the table. And what do you do?
First thing I do is go up to Raz, put like a coin in front of him for when he wakes up. Put a hand on his shoulder and go, "Yeah, sleep well and dream of fishy women."
The bartender goes, "Oh no, y'all! The other party members already they already paid for him. So they went up to go see the abbot. Whether it was to slit his throat or just say hi, I wasn't 100% sure. They weren't very clear about it. And there's a voice from the back that you assume is his wife goes, well, I don't know. We told him not to kill him because that would have been a whole thing, and we would have just been. We asked them to consider. They seemed very nice. Anyways, young man, they headed up to the abbey. If you wanted to catch them, I think your other members, and you look and Esmeralda. It's probably around noon at this point, and Esmeralda looks to be pretty in the tanks. Irina looks like she might be a little tipsy too. They might have been having a girls' brunch, for what you can tell from the scattered wine glasses around them. A little bit of fair.
Oh, so many mimosas have been had.
Lot of fantasy mimosas. Irina waves hi and she goes, "Hi, Elster. Oh, it's so good to see you awake. Oh my goodness, you
Hi,
were
pretty
asleep for
lady.
so long. You missed
That's good.
so much."
I did. I have
Yeah.
a banger of a headache.
Yeah, me too.
So-
Oh,
How
Yeah,
far
let's-
behind am I from the app? From the
well,
guys?
they left maybe about an hour or two ago. You could probably catch them if you get a light jog going. Esmeralda's like, Viv's like, you can't really tell. She's like, it's starting to become intelligible, but she's like, Viv, if you don't mind, gotta come with you because I got business with the abbot. I gotta talk to him.
I'm sure you do.
I do. No, it's real important.
But I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna cast lesser restoration on her to sober her up.
Okay.
Burn that spell slot.
Before you do that, I think let me just see if because I don't want you to burn a spell slot. I'm gonna see if she is going to roll an insight check and see if she catches on to what you're doing. Nat 20. She looks and she goes, "Whoa, don't you dare sober me up. I'm just, you can't, nope. You're just gonna burn it away, man. I'm gonna go right back to this." And Irina's like, "Yeah, she's been drinking pretty much since she woke up, so I think she's pretty determined at this point. But go for it if you want to just. I mean, I'm sure she'd appreciate the fresh start."
Last session that she's a day drinker.
Yeah, last session you discovered that she's pretty much eternally tipsy.
Oh, groovy. I tell you what, you stay here and guard Irina for us. I'm gonna go catch up with my folks.
Make a persuasion roll. I won't make it very high. Just because she's like, no, I really gotta see. You don't understand. I have very important business with the abbot. It's a big deal. And yeah, you maybe slide a drink in front of her, and she just kind of looks at it. It's just like, okay, I can wait. And she just pats it. Irina's just like, I'll take care of it. It's fine. I think she's going through a little bit after we blew up her wagon.
I'm gonna go ahead and put like 3 more copper down just to pay for the next two or three drinks.
The bartender goes, "Well, yeah, that's not okay. Oh, you missed the whole conversation about how we're all rich as fuck and prices are inflated because we'll just take it off your dead corpse. That's fucking, it's fine. Yeah, your friends have already done enough. You might as well just, yeah, fuck it. I'll take the copper. Go have fun. I don't want to drag you on anymore." And as you exit the inn, it's a beautiful, at this point, afternoon, crisp winter afternoon. There's definitely a little bit of snow on the ground. The abbey is high. It follows a trail of switchbacks up the hill. It's probably at least an 800-foot elevation climb up the hill, and it's just hilly switchbacks. They're a nice mountain day.
Are there any mules around?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that. Go ahead and roll persuasion or perception. Sorry, I woke up from a nap like 30 minutes ago, so I'm just like, oh
I
god.
wish it could be
Same.
persuasion. Perception. Oh fuck! I need my glasses.
My glasses. I can't be
My
seen
glasses.
without
Shut up.
Minus roll with disadvantage with Elser doesn't have his glasses.
This is hard enough as it is.
Yeah, you don't see any mules lying around.
Horses,
Horses,
ponies.
and primarily it's kind of hard. You're just a little overwhelmed by now that the town's woken up, but just the sheer amount of undead that are wandering the town.
Why?
You see. Oh fuck! Recap for last session. I don't recap from 2 sessions ago, I guess. You came to Kresik and remember that the undead were basically used as free labor.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
I
So this
remember
is
that.
not.
Okay.
This was explained to you by a hick farmer outside the town.
Right. I remember now. I remember that.
And That's a lovely shade of lip gloss, Luna. I don't know what you're
Trying
doing.
to focus my camera, ignore me.
Okay, I love what you're just like, look, lipstick. Maybe draw a smiley face in a piece of paper and bring it in. Oh, there you go. We're right back with it. So yeah, you remember that like this isn't a unnatural sight. As you're walking, like you see people getting pulled like in kind of like palanquin wagons almost with like two like undead kind of like lifting them up and carrying them. It even seems like kind of like there's almost a hierarchy system as you're wandering through the town based on the amount of undead they have with them. So you don't see really any horses. It doesn't seem like these people kind of rely on that at all. You gotta feed a horse, so.
All right. Then I'm just gonna start running towards the abbey, I guess.
Okay, you see, there's basically only two ways to go in this town. There's the right path that very obviously goes up to the abbey, and there's a leftmost path that you assume kind of does a circle potentially to the rest of town. You didn't really stop to get any directions or anything, but it's pretty clear that this is the way that the party went. You are heading up the trail.
I'm actually running up, with like my finger out like this, going, guys, wait for me,
Hours after we've passed.
My like tiny little feet just.
I'll move you onto the bottom of the map here that they're on. Where are you, Elster? Our buddy. So there you are. You're in the bottom right corner. I don't know if you can see that.
Hang on.
Top bottom right corner. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That's right. I got the teeny tiny token.
You got the teeny tiny token. Let me bump your token up a size so it's there. You're everyone's size. So over to this way, Elster, is the path back down to town. So you're continuing this way. It's a long time. If you can drag yourself to like right around here, maybe that'd be. Yeah. So you get up like the first switchback, and are you just kind of like running the whole time? You're just be like guys.
Yeah, just like probably Elster. Is pretty good at cardio. Like he's like the acrobat. But like I feel that because he's so small, that it would be like what would be like a 5K for us would be like 10K for him. So like he's hauling ass, but it's like he gets to like $2 or $3.
I love how like we have no way to warn you about the people who live here. Like
he don't know shit, but he's about to. So you're Elster, you're running. You're running full out, and just what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 11.
Okay. You hear from up the switchback, and the switchbacks are kind of like covered in like scree and heavy shrubbery. It's a mountainous hillside, so it's not like trees per se. There are trees, but it's mainly like low-lying undergrowth and scrubs. It's kind of hard to see up to the next switchback. So basically, you're like running along a forested trail, switchback, running along a forested trail, and from up the scree, you just hear a voice that calls out, "How the hell are you making so much goddamn noise?"
I just gotta keep going.
Hey, little man! God,
I was there.
God damn it!
Hey guys! Hey guys!
No, hey Frederick, Fred, throw Ned over him or something. Make a dex.
Oh jeez.
Suck it.
Throw Ned over him or
22.
something.
Yeah, this net comes flying out from the screen, like lands awkwardly. You're already like way past him. You've already moved like 30 feet up the trail, and he's just like, "Fred, that was fucking abysmal, man. I was gonna scare off the goddamn rabbit again."
How far away from me is Fred?
You can't. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
You can't see Fred, nor can you see the second voice, or you can't see Fred, and you can't see the supposed first voice. You can locate roughly where they are. They're at this point, both of them are behind you, and you just hear a little bit further, almost lateral with you. Just hear like, Oh, I'm sorry. I never realized that was a bit of a bad toss. But in my defense, he is running really, really fast. And he's a really, really small person. So, I feel like that first voice returns with, oh, how the hell are we going to catch that rabbit after that goddamn triton and the big scary man came flying through?
Oh
What
my
the
God.
fuck? We're
They
going to
still
have
haven't
to.
got their rabbit.
We're going to starve, man. It's been like, we've been out here for like 4 hours.
This now has my attention. I'm going to turn around and go back.
Okay. And they're like, no, man, I told you. I mean, you already fucking did the damage. So, fucking, I don't know if you're just out for some morning cardio or if you're just what? Why you just come roaming through people's neighborhoods at full speed like that, scaring away them rabbits.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you guys need a rabbit? I can maybe help you catch one.
Hold on. Yes, we would love a rabbit. And you see like what detaches from the like this undergrowth is basically what looks like just a bush. It's just a big walking bush.
Cool.
And he goes, he's like, yeah, well,
Cool.
I mean, like, he's like, yeah, Fred and I, honestly, let me tell you, after long story, we had a rabbit. We had a rabbit, and we had it in this sack here full of roots and shit, and then all of a sudden, a flying triton and a man and a spooky raven came down, scared the whole goddamn thing off, scared the shit out of us, but very rude, and then proceeded up to the abbey. It was some bullshit. And Fred's like, it was some bullshit.
That is some bullshit.
So anyway, we've been out here for about 2.5 hours now trying to really catch that fucking rabbit.
I am so sorry. Which direction did it go?
The bush kind of just like it like shuffles to the right and just looks down the scree hill, kind of back down into the underbrush this way. And he's like, I mean, like I'll be honest, it was 2 hours ago. We kind of, I don't really walk so good, and Fred don't see so good. So between the two of us, we're having a bit of a time. It doesn't necessarily have to be a rabbit. It's just it's winter, and we got people to feed up at the abbey, and
I'm while they're just chattering, I'm gonna just go like hide in the bushes and see what I can see as far as critters for eating.
Okay, I mean, go ahead and like roll a nature check. It's gonna be a hard check because this dude's basically just chattering.
Dude.
He's like, this dude's like
catch rabbits with snares, not nets.
Guy's like chattering non-fucking stop, basically. The whole time he's just like, the first one's like, why are you hiding in the bush? I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, and like you probably could have found a rabbit pretty easily, but not with the two of them. Just like these two bushes that are just kind of like now in the path on either side of you, like a good like 15 yards away, just yammering away at you. And there's like, and the first one, well, so back to my previous point after I was telling you about my long lost cousin and the rabbit shortage. The fuck you run on the road for? I mean, you're just out here for a morning jog, or you just?
Actually, there's some people I have to go see up at the Abbey. I have really important business. I tell you what, how about if I buy you some rabbits?
Well,
we'll get you a rabbit, but I really do have to go.
No, for sure, man. I appreciate, but like, were your friends individuals that perhaps, perchance, could they fly? I mean, that might be a short. I know it might seem weird, but was one of them a weird fish person that could fly?
Not that I could. Well, there was a flying fish man, but that was in
a cart.
No,
I mean like
his cart like flew.
No, they were like peaceful fly. They descended like they descended like the abbot down from above, but instead of bringing holy salvation, they just kind of stole our rabbit and dipped. So,
those dicks stole your rabbit.
Well, okay, so
holy salvation.
I wish I was there.
And Fred, the bush that you've assumed now is Fred just goes like, Erwin, they didn't steal a rabbit. They just scared him off. I don't assume they thought it was a woman or something that you have in a exactly. Y'all ever seen some, fucking rabbit the size is fucking ridiculous, to tell you what. I don't know, seen a rabbit before. Elster, what do you do? Because they seem content to just chat to you all day.
I'm just going to fuck off and like keep going.
Okay. As you're walking forward, the bush kind of walks out. You start going by, and as you're saying to your guys, you see the one behind you goes, bye, tell your dickwad friends hi from Fred and Erwin. And Fred kind of reaches out a hand, and it's the hand that reaches out is covered in scales in this weird, crazy mottled pattern. And it rests on your shoulder as you come by, and it's like, y'all have a safe trip, friend. You might want to make sure your friends don't piss off the abbot none. Go ahead and make go ahead and make an insight check.
Nope.
The scaly bushman just kind of looks off to you. And you just
To
say,
be
he's like,
fair,
all right.
it's a talking scaly bush man. It definitely is something off about that.
And you kind of, and as you continue third, you kind of see him settle back down, and like there's just like the Fred bush has like this thick, fuzzy wolf tail thing sitting out the back of it that you can now see as you're walking behind it up the road.
Weird. Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Yep. All right. You
Like,
make it.
That's one of those things. Like Mike would actually really want to investigate this, but I don't think Elster cares. So
Yeah, you're just trying to catch your friends.
Right.
And I will say at this point, to retcon, you guys will say you're still just outside the Abbey. We will say that Ibrahim has, you've all still traded with the cloaks. You all talk to Otto and Zegriff still. Elster, if you want to drag yourself up to where I'm pinging over here, you can see that. Bing. A little bit further than that. You come up on the gates, and this is a very impressive walled Abbey. You can quite clearly see that it's well built. It's obviously stood for quite some time. You come out, and you kind of see your friends talking with what looks like a half mule, half wolf creature, and a woman that is some cross between a snake, a wolf, and a person. And I'll post the pictures for you because you haven't seen them yet. So one of them's names is Otto, and you see Ibrahim talking to him, and Ibrahim's holding this. Abraham looks like he's holding like a bush, kind of. And you see that Ronos and Luna are talking to the other one, who looks like this, which is Siegfried.
all right, so I think Elster's running up like, "Oh, hey guys, you're really hard to. What in the nine hells is that?"
Oh, you finally caught up with us.
And Otto just
Let's
turns.
not be rude.
The first one turns and goes, I might ask you the same thing, short man. Look at you running up calling people names and shit. He's like, hey, you see my stick?
Let's not be let's be open-minded.
I am terribly sorry.
These
But
are nice
in my
people.
defense, I've seen some shit.
I mean, to be fair,
I
that's
can't even imagine. So
I understand
fair.
you haven't seen a specimen as good as us. And he's like, now hold on, mister. And he pokes you in the chest, which what you realize is half of the broken piece of the Gulthias staff. And he's like, now listen here. I just got this nice old weed whacking stick. And if you don't explain why you just come running up and talking to my new friends like that, like you fucking know them, just coming all in, I'm going to have to poke the stick through your stomach real quick.
There's no need for that.
I do know
he's
that.
Yeah, he's one of our group.
Okay.
He just slept in, I think.
Now,
Is that what happened?
Elster, need I remind you? Yes, this is unusual, but think about where we are.
Go ahead. You guys go ahead and take a minute, just kind of fill them in on what happened last session.
Tell him
yeah, feel free to.
Because I talked about, okay, so basically these are,
Sunshine, lollipops.
let me see if I wrote down the details. So the abbot does this. He basically, he heals people, I think is what I understood from it. But he replaces their limbs with other parts, and other parts of their bodies with other parts. So this is why these people are like this. And I spoke to them, and I literally asked them,
DC?
"Are you happy?" And they were like, "Well, we're alive, and it's better than being dead." And so that was the gist of it. They're not exactly like rejoicing in their condition, but they're not miserable either. These two aren't, at least.
Is it though?
The Siegfried, these kind of half wolfen looking one with a scaly arm, kind of. She compared to Otto, the woman looks like a goddamn brainiac. And she turns and says like, "Well, to clarify, I should say to pontificate more on what your fine fish friend has said here, we were originally, to give you some backstory, well, there's Otto, my brother cousin, and did you see Erwin and Fred earlier? Because I mean they've been gone for like.
I did meet Erwin and Fred. You guys owe them a rabbit.
We do.
Like total dicks.
Yeah. Hold on. So you're just telling me you can't run in and say
what we need to do is teach them how to set up a snare. so that they will stop trying to chase rabbits with a net, and they can just let the rabbit come to
Oh
them.
no, y'all
kill itself.
no. Please don't do that, y'all. Because if we taught them how to catch rabbits more efficiently, they'd be back sooner than we could say.
Oh, I
Uh,
see.
like,
So this
yes.
is busy work for them. Okay.
100, because otherwise they're just gonna be wandering around getting in trouble and shit. So
Do you want them to catch a rabbit eventually? Like if they're just perpetually unable to catch a rabbit, they might get miserable.
Yeah, and then they'll come back tired.
Unless
and
you
go
don't
to sleep.
care. I mean, maybe you don't care about that.
It's like you never had, y'all never had kids before. Just tire them out. And she turns to Elster and it's like, well, my first question for you is, so you just encountered a half Spider-Man and a man with a donkey ear and a lizard tail and a wolf leg, and you just kind of were like, okay, that's normal. And then you come up here and you see Otto and myself.
Wearing their bush suits, so they were probably wearing their bush suits.
I literally just saw 2 talking bushes.
And you didn't think that there was more to it? Oh my God! And he turns. Zegreff turns to Brodos and is like, "Is he
Do you expect cutting suspicion and scrutiny from everyone who approaches, or
I mean, honestly,
is your condition not generally known to the people of the town nearby?
Well, it's just more so that I'll be honest. I mean, Otto thinks he's the God's given gift to women, but I mean, myself, I'm a little more realistic.
Men who think they are that.
Sure, but do they have donkey ears? Because Otto has a donkey.
Honestly,
ears.
You two are eccentric, but you're not the weirdest 2 sibling cousins I've met.
Brother cousin to be specific with Otto and myself.
Right.
And then Fred is technically my father's
your
son.
Brother cousin, right? So are you his sister cousin, or are you?
Well, no, I'm technically his aunt's sister, but you don't want to get into the family lineage.
You're right. I don't.
Yeah. No, it's both creepy and
have
confusing.
So many.
I can't help being fascinated, but I have a feeling that there's a vital component of understanding that I will not be able to access.
I could draw you a family tree. But
I would love to see a diagram.
I'll be honest. She's like, hold on.
It sounds to me like it's a stick. Let's just ignore this.
No, it's really more of a low-lying shrubbery, honestly. But goddamn, do the roots go for miles. Anyways, I'm Siegfried Bellevue. You already met Otto Bellevue. You've met Fred Bellevue and Erwin Bellevue. And I suppose that we are the Bellevues that live here under the Abbott's fine purveyorship. So yeah, what's going on, man? Yeah, short story short, because it seems like you're a little slow, so I'll give it to you real basic. We came here, used to be a bunch of lepers. Abbott cured us of the leprosy.
That was it, lepers. I need to write that down.
Leper, yeah, but then we turns out that when you're you got a bunch of brother cousins and sister wives and all that nonsense, there's a few genetic pop-ups that may or may not occur. And
what's genetic mean?
That's something I'm going to have to explain to you another time.
Boy.
But I will tell you that the Abbott viewed it as his personal right to cure us of our potential birth defects, and decided the best way to go about replacing them was with animal parts. Because I mean, hell, if you got a stunted ear there like Otto, why the hell not replace it with a donkey ear? That shit can
from diverse phyla.
Yes, exactly. That is an excellent. I'm going to take that, put it in my book. Any more questions about my family's fucked up lineage and our appearances while we're hanging out here?
Can we just go see the Abbot? Because
yeah, sure.
Siegfried, thank you very much for sharing all you have with us. I realize this may not be your favorite topic, but I appreciate all you shared.
I'm used to it. It's all right. I understand.
Shall we? I would love to meet the Abbot if he's got time to see us.
Well, okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah, Abe picks up Elster.
Yeah, he just starts carrying him away. Yeah. Over his shoulder, and Siegfried's like, "Well, I could 2 things. Either I could send Otto in to go and get him, or y'all can go in yourself." I would say in that first room there is going to be a well, and it will be very dark. And what you're going to want to do is go directly to the right. And
is it okay if I produce light in there?
Or
would that be a bad idea?
Maybe. See, my father uncle, Mishka, he's in there, and he is one of the nastier ones, but he shouldn't bother you none as long as you don't shine a light directly on him. He likes to hang. Well, he likes to hang out.
Off.
Yeah, he likes to hang out in the well, but
Which door?
You know, no, it would be that. So why are you going to the graveyard? No, come back the other way.
I
Hey,
can certainly walk us through. I can see through complete darkness.
This way.
wonderful. Yeah, we're just going to go through the front door here. And she just is kind of like, she's like, you know, honestly, I don't really feel like getting disemboweled, so I'm going to hang out front. But yeah, I mean, if you need anything, holler.
Disemboweled?
Well, yeah, he's got sharp old little fucking claws, man.
But you said he'd leave us alone.
Well, unless you shine a light on him.
Shine a light on him. Well,
No,
we're
just-
not planning to.
All right, great. I'm going to open this door real quick, and on the count of 3, y'all going to run in. I'm going to shut it right behind you.
This
Alright.
is really okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm just, hold on. I read that. Hospitality.
Your concern for our safety is touching. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just, well, it's also.
That's the only way to see the abbot.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Oh, you just, yeah,
Do not
just
worry.
hang around. Just hey, look, you're gonna go inside. We're gonna see some cloisters and a door to the left. Don't go that way because that just leads to where we keep the rest of the family. Just head to the right. You'll hear music. It may or may not be good. And you're gonna just want to go that way.
Can't I just yell, "Hey, abbot"?
I mean, sure,
That's rude.
but all right, fuck it. All right, hey, go for it. I'm gonna open the door. Get the hell in there. And she just chucks open the door and just basically, lightly but firmly pushes you, the 4 of you inside.
I light a torch.
Okay.
Do that.
Do
I'm
you
kidding.
light
I'm
up-
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
no. No, you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm rolling. You can't take that back. You knew that was direct. You light up a torch, and you can see that it is kind of a simply lit, dark. It's a dark room. This is the only light source. Is Elser's
I don't
torch.
even have a torch.
Well, you know what? Fuck you. You have a torch,
So, like,
and you can see
stage
that there is a
right?
well stage
This
right
way.
this way. Yeah, you're in the right way. And there is a
Right.
well in the center,
Okay.
and you do indeed, as you light the torch, you hear like a skittering sound from the inside of it, and nothing else. You hear a voice from the middle that goes like, "Hey, y'all should come take a look in the well."
I'd rather not. But how about if I put this torch out because I heard it would bother you? I'm very sorry.
Why
And
did
I
you
put
light
it out.
in the first place? You
All right,
buffoon?
All right, that's fine. I mean, if you just want to come
I didn't
down
mean
and
that.
you just want to come down and shine a light in this well, y'all get a better look at my face, and I can get a better look at who's visiting me.
We're good.
Luna's
Okay.
gonna step forward though,
Okay.
in complete darkness, and just approach the
Yeah.
well.
Okay. Yeah.
Curiosity.
It's very dark. There's like light filtering under the door to the right where you can hear music from. But it's not enough to like light up the room. You can tell where the door outline is.
Hey, Sarah.
Luna, you
Hi.
you use your double sight. Hi, Sarah, and you can now see the room better than before. Now that there's no light source, and it's very simply parsed. Basically, there's nothing crazy going on. There is actually, now that you can see off to the side, you can see over on the left side, you can see what looks like an Elster-sized thing with black hair and giant mandibles and what looks like bat wings, potentially. You're not 100% sure.
Cool as shit.
So
And-
listen, guys. Like,
Oh, I have to drag you onto the
I'm,
map.
I'm saying this out of character because
Mhm.
wow. So like, we're all in agreement that we're gonna kill this dude and burn this fucking thing to the ground, right?
Why
No.
is
Why
that
the
necessary?
fuck would we agree? Yeah, who the
I
fuck
don't
would
think
we-
that's a good
Look,
idea.
He's like disfiguring these poor inbred people.
Someone
Well,
someone give Sarah the cliff
I
notes.
think we need to see.
No, she's watching video.
more.
There hasn't been too much video.
Do
Brina,
we-
you
do
also
we
went with
just-
Elster.
Do you need a catch up?
She wasn't here for the session
We should
before
give her
either.
some context
I
if she's missing it.
refuse to listen to this for the third time. I'm getting matches.
Basically, Brina, you're with Elster. You're with the rest of the party. You have made your way up to the Abbey. You have encountered several colorful individuals.
We'll
Is
Sure,
where we are.
if Russ is back.
I
But
have-
he's
he might
got
have.
the
Yeah.
he's got the
Nope, I just put it back. We're on a delay.
potty break screen up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is where
For
we are
these
at.
messages, we'll be
And there,
right
yeah,
back.
there's the voice in the well that's like, "Oh, y'all don't need to talk to
Sure,
her."
if Russ is back. He's got the
And
Oh.
I looked in the well. Did anything happen when I did that?
Yes, someone mute the stream on there. I think we fixed it.
I did.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you look in, you peek your head over the well, and there is. I will post the picture of this individual. We have all of them. He looks like there's 3 spider eyes, kind of like what you saw with Fred on the right side of his face. Left side appears human. You can see where he's standing. The bottom half has like mandible frog legs, but he has a frog's foot on his left hand, and then the bottom of one of the mandibles is like a weird taloned crow's foot.
What the fuck?
And he actually looks up and he's like, "Oh, y'all think y'all clever just all hanging out seeing without that light? Well, you know what? I appreciate that. Michigan's not gonna attack y'all. It's all good." I think Sarah didn't mute her stream. Oh no.
No, it's no. God damn it! Stop.
Hello,
Alright.
little one. Are you happy down there?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I don't stand here, I'll murder y'all. So I'm gonna. I mean, I just love murder. I actively seek out murder. I will say it's. I'll tell you what. Before I had this frog hand in my spider body, I was not as apt at murdering as I was, and I have found my passion and my calling. I will tell you, I have never been more content.
oh boy.
I think this is just more evidence. Like I think Elster like pulls a pair of glasses out of nowhere, puts them on, like looking
This is
for
a
them.
lot. Yeah.
This is a lot to. And Michigan goes, yeah, I mean, to clarify, I was a murderer beforehand. Like I'm just now more efficient at said dismembering of those that I view lesser than me, which is, i.e., no one without a spider body. So.
And the guy who's saying this is in the well here?
He is in the well. None of you can see him, but he's now speaking at room volume. It's no longer a whisper.
How
Luna,
deep
you
down
can see him.
Is he?
It's about 20 feet.
20 feet?
20 feet down.
Arachnofascism.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
And it's like, well, so I'm gonna give you all a little. Don't shine a light, because then I'm gonna have to, murder you.
Understand?
And then also maybe not go talk to Marzana over there, because she does not like anyone except Clovis and the Abbot, and she will just rip your face off.
Guys, wait. Can we
Let's
just
go.
Okay.
stick to
That's
talking
Yeah.
to the abbot?
Yeah, just y'all go through that door over there, right?
Ooh.
Yep.
No, it's fine. It's not
Which
a trap.
door?
I promise.
Okay.
I
However,
liked it
yeah,
better when we just had to fight werewolves and vampires, because at least that was straightforward.
Was he telling the
I-
truth?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
you
gonna
said
open the door.
Yeah, you gotta read. You're telling the truth. You open the door. There is a dance hall. I need to make sure y'all can't fucking go through
Dance hall.
barriers. It is like a feast hall. The tables have been pushed to the side. Let me read what you see. There is gentle sounding music trickles down from above. There's played by a single stringed instrument, potentially from a southern region, by some unseen master. It sounds beautiful. It is the most beautiful. It is the most beautiful banjo music you have ever heard. It
Jesus.
almost brings you to tears. The ground floor is one. Right. The ground floor is one large 50-foot square room with arched leaded glass windows. There's a big old cauldron on an iron rack above a fire in the hearth.
Try to harmonize with my pan flute.
Yeah, you fucking rock it. Above the fireplace, there is a golden disc engraved with a symbol of the sun. You actually recognize this, Elster, just immediately. It is the symbol. It is a holy symbol. It is the symbol of the Morning Lord. So you are very familiar with it.
Yay.
A couple chairs, the wooden table, dishware, yada yada yada, and behind the table there is a young, beautiful woman. She's got alabaster skin, in a very kind of like torn up, dirty red gown. Her hair is bundled, not the tough or soft shoulders, and she's just kind of standing there. And as you guys enter the hall, there is a gentleman. He is this handsome, incredibly. He's a hot dude. He's a hot young dude in a monk's robe, and he takes this woman by the hand and starts to kind of slowly spin her in place. You see that he has a holy symbol around his neck made of wood that looks like the sun above the fireplace. You take this to be the abbot.
Hi.
He goes,
Hello, sir.
he
We've
doesn't
heard a
actually,
lot about you.
he actually doesn't really respond to you guys immediately. He kind of looks like he's super intent on what he's doing on the end of the hallway. You kind of hear him. He's like, no, right foot first, then left foot, then
Okay, he's
right,
busy. We should
right foot. No, just
intrude.
he goes, and he
Father,
looks at me.
Father
And he
Lucian
goes,
sent me.
sorry, my friends. I'll be right with you. And he comes back. You hear him say, he's like, no, right hand in, then right hand out, and then you shake it all. Not the left. You have to take it in and out, and then shake it all about.
Is there anything odd about this woman? Does she look, I don't know, alive?
Make a perception check. Or I guess an insight perception. However you're doing it. So everyone else, I'm assuming you guys can see it on
What
the
kind
map.
of check?
Are you all? You guys, if
Perception?
the rest of you want to drag your asses over here so you can see. Yeah, perception's fine. Unless you're
19?
all,
actually in the next room. Got it.
yeah, well, they're actually in the next room now. You're all closer together. The abbot, Elster, you don't see crazy much, but as you get closer, you can actually see very, very clearly that there's like stitch marks along the seams of this woman's joints, like along her arms, and you see like a stitch joint around like her neck that's kind of like covered by what looks like makeup or powder, and she basically. You realize that she's trying to learn this like archaic dance that all of you have known since you were kids, and she's just not fucking getting it.
Pardon the interruption, but perhaps some music would help
is
with
the
the
woman
lessons.
There's already the
animate.
I mean, she's responding. She's looking. She looks like she's
a
off of her own.
being who's moving around like a Frankenbride kind of being.
Frankenbride.
Yeah, you're getting a good vibe of it. She's kind of like, I mean, she's
Okay.
beautiful, but you can tell as you get closer that
Like
she's kind of
a
like
stitched together.
a stitched person. Yeah, and
Person.
she's got this red gown, and he kind of like shakes his head and smiles, and he like pats her on the hand. He's like, "All right, Vasilka, you can. We'll take
Does
a break
she
for now."
appear to be entirely human?
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty beautiful. Ignoring the stitch marks. And she tells her to go.
From Nightmare Before Christmas.
Honestly, yeah. Let me see if I
Like
can find
Sally?
let me see if I can find a
Sally.
picture of her.
It just looks like Sally.
Here you go. Got one.
I'm a little put off by this, but I'm not showing it.
I'm extremely fucking put off by it.
That picture doesn't do her justice because I forgot the art for this fucking module is creepy as all hell. So that's what I'm not going to be able to show you guys. That's the wrong image. You can see if she zooms in. She just looks like some fuck up corpse on her character token, but she's actually like it's very well done medicine stitch work, for what you can tell. If you were more than like 15 feet away, you'd have no idea. But she kind of stands in the corner.
In Thieves' Camp, I'm just gonna like start signing. Like my opinion is not changing on this dude.
He reads. The abbot like literally comes around the table and he goes, "Well, little man, I'm curious to hear what your opinion on me is. If you feel the need to keep it in secret."
I'm confused by this because I don't know Thieves' Camp. Yeah. So as far as I know, I just saw some.
Oh, we forgot to teach you. We've been teaching Luna because we've had this conversation before. I forgot that we added Ronos.
He does this sweet, cool, like slide over the hood of a car, but it's over the wooden table, and he's like, "Hi." Everyone calls me the abbot.
I don't say that.
His robe opens a little bit, and he's got like a fucking 8-pack.
Oh my!
Like, hey, welcome to my abbey of Saint Markovia.
Thank you. Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you here.
I step around the tall fish guy to get a bigger look.
He's just like, yeah. So, what's going on, my childs? I realize I realize you guys are probably not all children at all, but I just kind of call everyone my children. It's kind of my stick.
I have to look this up to make sure I'm not lying.
So, my name is Elster.
I am 42.
I'm a paladin of the Lord of Morning, and brother Lucian sent us to help us to see if we could get help against Me. Oh.
And as you pull out the puppet, he's just kind of like, you see his eyes, like there's like a divine glow behind them for a second, and then it fades, and he's like, I'll be honest, man, that was a bit of a, you know what? That was a good one. You got me good. That was a solid goof, dude.
No, but seriously, we are trying to kill the devil himself.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Could you? And he turns and he looks at he turns and looks at Brina and all them, and he's like, do you just let him lead off the Strahd puppet?
You know, I only joined this group recently, but I haven't tried to restrict his use of the puppet because I'm afraid of what might happen if I do try.
I think it disarms people. What about you, Abbott?
Chris Evans.
No, I'll be honest. I haven't been disarmed in about 500 years, so I appreciate the goof. It got me almost for a second there.
Speaking of disarmed, I see you have quite the creations around your Abbott.
Oh my goodness, that was gold by the 9 hells. That was goofs. And he gives this rich belly laugh. He's just like, oh, he comes up and he goes to clap you on the shoulder. If he kind of like, but he waits a respectful moment to see if you'd be okay with him touching you before he does it.
Walks in his face.
And he sees the bird. And he's like, no, all right, that's fine. It was, I respect everyone's personal space. What's going on? So like, why are you here? I mean, what's good, my dudes and dudettes?
Did somebody actually give us a mission to talk to this guy? You were saying?
I mean, he has been potentially killing
I don't remember Brother Luke. Was I there for that? I might have not been there for that.
No, you guys there for that.
This is the problem when we play. We take a solid goof week in between week missions. You remember that the Burgo Master had
I remember the drunk guy asked us to kill him. We have a legitimate reason.
No, the drunk
to just be here. Like I felt like we were just coming to introduce ourselves basically and say hi.
I think you were information gathering.
The
mayor of the town basically.
I wasn't expecting this to be an assassination attempt. If that's what we end up trying to do, I don't think it's going to be now. Although, if you guys just bust out the weapons, I'll have your back. But this isn't. I'm not saying any of this.
To be fair, I don't know if you realize that Elster had a hand crossbow installed in the marionette like 5 sessions ago.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. I thought it was just an obnoxious puppet that you have.
No, he busted out the weapons.
That's why he leads with it.
Yes. The mayor also did say that. So yeah, we probably do have a legitimate reason to kill this guy. Well, the more I see, the less I'm inclined to want to keep this guy alive.
Then we just have to kind of...
wait, hang on. The abbot.
That's true.
Just so I remember this now. The abbot is the one that raises the dead.
He is the source of the undead economy in this town. So if we killed him, there would be they would have their zombies that are currently active, but once they run out.
And Luna raises the dead too, so you'd be taking a bigger stance than just like.
Also, yeah,
we just ask him directly if he's killing the kids.
Would be no mean feat.
Go for it, Abe.
As a group, because like that'd be a little hypocritical.
Sorry, what?
Look.
Oh, the necromancy.
Here's the deal.
No,
I'm wondering if we could
different
just ask
character.
him.
Oh yeah. So I'm totally gonna go. So we've been hearing some rumors that you've been getting undead from other sources than recently dead people, natural causes.
More specifically, we're concerned you're taking children.
Oh,
very tactful. Very tactful. Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean,
guys, I'm not beating around the bush. We spent too much time talking to the creatures out there. I really
There's
just
no need
want
for
to
that. There were people.
Strahd dead. Strahd dead, and us like just out of
but
here.
I don't want to die.
Oh, okay. I have a question.
I'm gonna punch that dead puppet.
That I let you do it, and the head spins like a whole 360 and goes, whoa, and falls over. Defeated me.
May I ask? Would it be impolite of me to ask about your origins? We've heard you are a celestial being. Is this true? Is this okay?
That is correct. Yeah.
So do you have any holy power that you could perhaps use against Strahd at a certain time or
Well,
anything like that?
Why
Well,
are
you
we
have to
saying his
understand-
name? Stop saying.
We can-
Oh, you don't know
We
better.
can say his name
Stop.
here.
Oh, can we?
We can say his name here, and nobody gives a shit.
Strahd,
That
Strahd,
was-
Strahd, 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 Strahd,
Yeah,
Strahd,
and
Strahd,
he,
Strahd,
the
Strahd,
abbot
is
laughs
a
and he's
bitch,
like,
is a
he's
bitch.
like, yeah, no one forgot to tell you. We don't really. I kind of protect this area from the whole Muller target. As far as me having divine powers to kill him, yes, divine powers. Can I kill him? No. I am older than him, arguably more powerful, but honestly, he's just this region is his. I don't think he's stoppable by chance.
You
Luna
don't
says
think he's
in-
stoppable? Is that what you said?
100%. I mean, he's this. Have you met him? He oozes charisma.
Is this dude evil?
You get he is incredibly good. You just get this powerful, overradiating sense of good. Go ahead and make a religion
really?
check for me.
Really?
You get like the faintest tinge of like there's like a hint of evil somewhere sitting on the outside of the aura you get off. It's like if you were smelling like fresh baked cookies, and then someone like took a dump underneath the cookies, and it's primarily the cookies, but there's also that like scent on the edge that you're like, this is kind of nasty, but I'm not sure
Could
why.
I possibly make an insight check to see if he's evil?
Sure.
And if I can say something next, that'd be awesome. I feel
Yeah,
like
you
I'm
got-
trying to chime in. I'm like, oh.
I have +6, but it was only
Yeah.
one higher than the religion check.
I mean, he seems super straightforward. Doesn't really seem like he thinks he's evil.
Well, they don't often do.
No.
That's what insights then. Luna, what you got?
Luna says in Celestial to the abbot, well, what if Strahd comes onto your turf, then what?
He responds in kind. Oh, well, he already did.
And you
Where-
let him?
Well, to be fair, and this is all in Celestial. I don't know if anyone else speaks it.
I also speak it, so I
All
understand
right, so
what's
you're,
going on.
so you're
but
getting
I
this
don't
vibe.
speak.
And he says, well, to be fair, at the time he was in disguise, and it was very clever. And he kind of just, I'll be honest, you've met the Bellevues, right?
Hmm?
That would be Otto and Siegfried and all those.
Oh yeah.
Family.
So I'm sure they told you they were lepers. I cured them. They were inbred. Yada yada yada.
Right.
They asked for the animal bits. I didn't do that on my own. That's what they wanted. Those people are
Really?
seriously goobered up, man. Like,
They're furries.
Really?
no, they just.
I want to
yeah,
incite that statement. Is that true? Did they? Is that really how they came
Yeah,
to be?
like
that way?
go ahead.
Wow.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
Well, you don't understand
Hijack my
Celestial.
Oh
thing.
wait, I don't
Hijack my
understand
thing.
Celestial.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Both of you. Ronos is the only one that rolled. Ronos, yeah, he's just nothing about him screams that he would that any of that's a
Fascinating.
lie. And he's like,
Utterly
yeah. So,
fascinating.
well, so I'll tell you what, man. They were. I'll tell you what, Missy. They came to me and I fixed them, and I needed to. I mean, come on. I'm sent from the Morning Lord himself. I need to fix things. I was sent to raise this church after Strahd ravaged the area. And I did. I fixed it up real well. I fixed this town. I gave them protection. I fixed the Bellevues. I cured thousands before they came along. I couldn't fix them. I couldn't fix that natural impurity that they had. I tried for decades. Strahd came to me in disguise. I didn't know it at the time. Not my fault. Gave me this tome that had a little bit of extra info. He said it was from the Amber Temple. And I found what I needed, but it only let me give them well, you've seen what they look like. That's the end result. Basically, I got the ability to fix them, but only in that capacity. I apologize. I do know they're frankly not what the Morning Lord has in mind for what most would consider holy and good.
Are they suffering?
I'm gonna cut in comment and be like,
Yeah.
so assuming I feel like basically I'm just sitting out of this conversation.
Yeah, sure.
So like, is the Morning Lord like? Is he like the god of furries or something? Because what the fuck?
No, and he says
Why
in
did
comedy
he
he's
do
like
this?
in the comedy he repeats basically the same thing. He's like, no, they wanted it.
Okay.
I
and
mean,
can
I
do
think
detect
it's
any kind
true.
of lie from him?
Yeah, go
I'm
for it.
trying.
Yeah.
I
I'm
would
so
have been
sorry,
speaking
guys.
in common the entire time. I never
Not
spoke
to-
in Celestial.
Not to
Sure.
be rude, but I was sort of like
Oh,
trying
Christ.
to trap him, but it's gone off on such a tangent. I just had one last part to my question.
Yeah, do your thing.
Go ahead.
And
Alright,
she's going to switch to Abyssal, and she's going to say, "What are your secrets, Abbott?" And she's
Let me
looking
see.
in his face to see if there's any recognition.
Ooh, I speak
I-
Abyssal
You
too.
speak Abyssal and Celestial.
He responds.
That's pretty dope, actually.
He responds in Abyssal, and he literally goes, "I speak everything, and I have telepathy." And like in your head, you hear like I told me, he's like, "I get what you're trying to do, but that honestly pretty hurtful, my
He
friend."
seems pretty fucking stunned at the moment, and
I say in Abyssal, we should talk sometime. This is cool.
It's great. For those of you that don't speak, it's just like this crazy, like guttural hell. It sounds like fire crackling over.
Yeah.
like Klingon, basically.
Abe
and
just
then-
kind of like looks around like, what the hell is going
Yeah,
on?
like
yeah.
Elster's sitting there, like he and the puppet are looking at each other and kind of looks at Abe.
Shall we speak in common? Let's.
Yeah, and he says, "Shall we speak in the language of the foot?" He's turned. Well, no.
Time out.
Okay, fine. What else? I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. You are obviously either here to get a read on me or try to murder me if I spooked your radar, right? Am I on your spookdar? You can be honest.
To be fair, yeah, you were
My
showing a little bit
spookdar
on the
is-
spookdar.
is-
Yeah, it is packed.
Is pinging pretty hard right now. Yeah.
Not gonna
Okay.
lie.
I mean, I'll be honest.
I mean, I'm not by nature a violent man, but I've seen some things here that make me kind of uncomfortable, and by kind of, I'm actually understating my feelings in a very dramatic way.
I also, serving the Lord of Morning, what I just saw, very disturbing.
Otto
And I
and
don't
Siegfried
feel that he
seem
would like
reasonably
this very
content,
much.
But the guy in the well just wants to murder everyone, and he said that the one chained to the wall would rip our faces off.
Well,
He's so- really?
Well, let's be honest. I mean, you have to understand when you're a family of lepers, that kind of comes with not. Well, first
Sure,
of all,
those two, if they're at least contained. But are there others? How many others are there? And what is there?
At least 60.
60.
Yeah, they're big family, man. Really big family.
And
Hmm.
are they
blue?
Are they all as how many of them are as well adjusted as, for example, Otto and Siegfried?
Probably at least over half. Most of them are all right. We kind of keep the ones that are a little. I'll be honest. When I was first learning how to cure them, most of them died, and the ones after that kind of went crazy. So I had to lock them up and make a big flesh golem to keep them locked in one of the cloisters over there. But I mean, I keep them there. They're not allowed to ravage the town. Trust me. Like, what am I supposed to do? I healed them. I can't kill them. I am a servant of the Morning Lord. I can't just be around killing things.
Okay, about
That's
what
not
you just said just now.
Circle of
Like,
life.
would you rate your confidence that you're actually a servant of the Morning Lord at above or below 50?
I would say 150% because my orders. I mean, once again, I have met the dude, so I know what I'm doing is in his.
Can I ask a related question then?
No.
Yeah.
Is it or do you have more question?
No.
Well,
Jay wants to talk.
Yeah, I was. Abraham's
Oh,
like
okay.
yelling. Abraham's yelling this whole time. So you
Okay,
take
that was going to be my next show.
Yeah, he takes out the mask and he's.
What about the
That's
undead, the
basically my
necromancy,
proof that, hey,
and
look,
the zombies? If you're against killing things, are you not against using their corpses? Or you're against killing them to take their corpses? Like, what's going on?
So to respond to Abraham, he pulls out the mask, and the abbot, after finishing this, turns and he's like, "Oh, you got his third bride. Oh man, wow, you guys are, you're pretty badass, man. I'll be honest, that's probably a first. Most of the people that come here either come for healing or come to run from him, and then when they leave, they die. As far as the making living children into undead, no. As far as turning dead children into undead, yes. Against their will, no.
Does that seem like?
Have you been
legit?
poisoning the children and then?
Oh my God, I am offended at your accusation, sir. No, he seems like he's telling the truth.
Well, so now
Okay.
I'm not accusing you. I was just asking because
Okay. I mean, once again,
some.
we're all
Okay.
Well, to be fair,
He was, to be
there's a
fair, he
lot of
was
creepy
drunk
things here.
off his ass when he made those accusations.
and there's
And I'm
a
just-
lot of creepy people here.
Mhm.
So
did our
you know,
due diligence.
we've already had to deal with some hags that were baking children into pies. It's not outside the realm
Oh
of
my god,
possibility.
did that happen? That is
Yes,
horrific.
that happened.
He leans in. Actually,
Yes,
he leans in.
I don't laugh
Absolutely.
in character. I don't
No.
laugh in character.
The abbot actually leans in when you say that. He's like, "Holy shit!" Is like Helga and all them. They still fucking kicking around. I thought someone would have knocked them a long time ago.
Oh,
No, they're
well,
dead now.
So
Oh, good. 'Cause they were
Yeah,
pieces of work. Holy
um,
shit. Good
they're
work. All
gone,
y'all.
and so is the windmill. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Why,
it
why
did
is
smell
the
like.
burgomaster making these accusations then?
Oh,
It
because
does beg the question of what actually happened to his children.
Okay, he's I'll be honest. Luna, let me see if he hears that.
I wasn't trying to keep it up.
Oh, you're just trying to keep it. Okay. He just kind of. He's like, no. He immediately holds up his hand and said, no. You misunderstand. Let me clarify. I'm not even mad at the burgomaster. I get it. The man's in grief. He's had 2 kids die to some terrible fever. I mean, you've seen this dismal how it lived. They die. I sent my servants to collect them, as is standard for the town.
Absolutely sure it was the fever that killed them?
I'll be honest.
Disease or whatever it was?
I mean, that's my best assumption. I don't really inquire as to where the corpses come from.
You said you cured leprosy, you cured thousands of people even
Sure.
before the Bellevues, and you couldn't cure this?
Borderline personality
No one
disorder.
told me.
You might want to get that checked out.
Oh.
I just look, if someone brings me I didn't honestly really take from the burgomaster. Like, I didn't interact with him. I didn't know his kid was sick. He hasn't liked me since he became the mayor, the burgomaster of the town. I took his kids' corpses, or I guess I should say Otto and Siegfried took the corpses up here. I raised them as normal, and I passed them off to, honestly, quite a nice family out east that is doing a little bit of farming. It's not like I had anything direct to do with him. I understand why he's so upset.
Just out of idle curiosity,
Sure.
There's no dissonance for you in the respecting life enough not to kill the Bellevues, but not respecting the dead enough to be against making use of their corpses for economic gain.
Well, I'll be honest.
What is the leap there?
Well, let me tell you, because when I try to cure them, once again, I got to remind you, the Bellevues wanted to be that way.
What is the justification for necromancy is mainly what I'm interested in.
When I realized that I couldn't cure people continuously, because, I mean, frankly, Strahd kills things faster than I can heal them, I figured the easiest thing was, well, at least I can help the people after they die, and the easiest way to do that is to give them a free source of labor.
And being like the primary vector through which child slaves come onto the market doesn't disturb you at all.
I mean, I sleep really well at night, but
that was a heavy question.
Yeah, it is a really heavy. I wasn't honestly prepped for that. I mean, you gave me a lot to think. Obviously, you guys are pretty up in arms, and I'm pretty sure the man holding Strahd's bride's mask wants to kill me still. But
no, I don't.
Okay, that's good.
I simply would like to kill Strahd so I can leave this place.
I'm gonna be honest. It's really hard. I tried, and then he tricked me. And once again, I'm a celestial being. I am up there. You do
help
us. Up there? Up where precisely?
Help us.
Like in the pecking order. I'm like up there in the. Actually, you know what? I'm happy to help you guys. Actually, I have some stuff I need to do. And hold on, I have a whole plan. You guys got a minute? You want to hear? Like, it won't take long. It's like 30 seconds.
You know what?
Malster actually sits down, puts his hand.
He
sits down,
he
puts
brings
his
around.
head in his palms.
He motions to Vasilka. He motioned to Vasilka. He's like, Vasilka, come here. And she, you see her, she literally just picks up the fucking table, walks under it, and sets it down behind her and stands next to him. And kind of
is there that much stuff on the table as there appears to be on the map?
I mean, yeah, it's like a full-on laden oaken
just
table.
Cascade all over the floor?
Oh yeah, 100% falls off. Like it just goes everywhere. And she puts it down. Like it's like a oak dining room table laden with food, and Vasilka just kind of lifts it up and sets it down and goes the most direct path to the abbot, which is through the table, and spills all the shit. And he's just kind of
like a 30-foot long table, and she just picks it up.
And she just picks it up, puts it down, and she goes, as you can see, this is Vasilka.
I winced from the crashing of breaking.
Yeah, it's like an awkward 30 seconds of shit breaking, and he's just like, so this is Vasilka. Long story short, I realized the only way to appease, Strahd's stick. He's looking for a new bride. Apparently, he found one out in Vallaki, and I figured, well, better than that poor girl. I figured, well, I'll just make him a bride. So, ta-da!
Oh wow!
And you no, hold on. Right? No, this is direct.
Okay, listen. Ronos needs. I feel like I need to make a wisdom saving throw to control my reaction to this.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I have poker face.
And he's like, okay, So obviously Strahd is undead. Strahd is vampire. Strahd likes things that are undead. What better than an undead, super strong corpse bride?
I don't like her.
So
That's a
Mike
question I'm not
Mike
going to
is
answer.
horrified, but Elster is digging the logic. He's like,
Mm.
that's a good idea.
And he's like, all right, so basically,
We can
you're
save
with me.
Arena with this bitch.
You really think it would work though? Like, would Strahd
Well,
really be into
I mean,
that? I'm not sure.
I am 100%
Have you
convinced.
tried?
I
yet?
haven't seen him in like 500 years. I don't honestly. After he tricked me and I created all these things, I kind of have just stayed up here and kind of been kept busy keeping the Bellevues from terrorizing Kresik, because I feel like if I didn't keep a leash on them and let some of the more, I mean, you met Mishka and Marzena. If I just let them out, they'd probably
It sounds like,
murder.
if I may, if you don't mind me saying so, it sounds like Strahd effectively found a way to leash you by giving you that book.
I mean, yeah, man, that hurts. But
Sexy bride.
I mean, sure, like, yeah, you got me there, dude. Like, ow. But yeah, you're not wrong. I'm kind of been tied up here. I'll be honest. So I guess that's my thing. You guys seem like capable. That man's literally holding a mask of his bride. Obviously, I don't think you're going to stab me quite yet. So I have a proposition. This is going to sound really dumb, so don't laugh. But the Morning Lord has given me guidance, and I need to get the Silka a wedding dress. I mean, I said not to, man, come on. Like, she's right here.
I don't even try this time.
She has feelings, dude.
Wait,
Does she though?
Does she?
Does she have feelings?
I thought
You look at her.
You
She's been blank faced the entire fucking time. Like, she has not moved. Yes.
Okay,
Abraham.
okay. I control
He
myself.
just kind of like holds his hand up,
Yeah.
like, hold on, wait, guys. He takes his mask.
Wow.
What if we made something out of this?
Put
What
it
the-
on her.
and gave it to Strahd? Really? You really?
Oh. Ooh.
Really, Abe?
The abbot's eyes light up, and he's like,
A piece off.
that is fucking Morning Lord. Damn, that is an impressive idea. I
dig it.
honestly, I'm still gonna need the wedding.
Like the world briefly
Okay, so-
slides underneath his feet, and he just kind of stumbles a little bit, and it's like,
I'm,
what is going on?
no, hold on. Let me finish the thing, because I love what that's gonna sweeten the pot for you guys so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, so
Okay, so I think Brina wants to cut in and ask him a question.
yeah, sure. That's everyone's just
so-
talking over each other. This is hard to
Right,
do.
like-
I get it. There's a lot of voices going on, a lot of conflicts. What's up?
Is she sentient, or are you sending Strahd just like a mindless, basically cart horse?
I mean, she's technically she's what the common tongue would call a flesh golem.
A blood doll.
Okay.
Okay, so she's
That is so.
She's-
She has feelings, Dan.
she's
Wait,
sentient,
okay,
but she's not
okay.
sapient.
Like
You can't
Like-
just call.
Or is
things-
she sapient?
either she has feelings and all of your field zombies have feelings, or none of them, right?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Is she
leaning
capable
towards
of
no.
speech?
She looks and he's like Vasilka, and she just kind of goes, "Ah," and it sounds almost like hi. You'd swear it was a hello, but it's very clearly just kind of a blah.
I
Um,
imagine.
I hope
she could
Strahd's
be.
into sex bots.
And he's
Yeah.
kind of just like, look, we've been at the Hokey Pokey for like a week now, and she finally almost got it before you guys came in. But I mean, well, we're slow. I mean, I have a millennia to get this together, but I really feel like you guys could help speed it up with, just maybe a nice wedding dress. Mr. Ibrahim, I would be more than happy to trade you some stuff for that. My main offer was, if you find me a wedding dress, I can either touch you, and you will gain the benefits of my healing touch, or if one of you was to beef it, you could bring that body here, and I would be happy to raise them, not as an undead zombie, as
Okay.
themselves.
I'm getting used to the verb to beef it as meaning to die, to fail, various. But I am assuming you mean to die in that context.
If you were to find your life cut short, your friends could bring you back to me, and I would maybe we'll say 3 resurrections for your group as a whole. If you were to get me a dress,
That's
Wow.
quite a lot of
Each?
resurrection.
Again,
no, as a
I have
party.
a thought.
Okay, yeah, what's your thought, man?
What? Let me ask you a question first. What do you think would be an appropriate style of dress because
Is
I'm
there
not
a dressmaker
sure.
in Barovia?
Well,
I'm
there's
thinking-
so there's
I'm
actually like a
thinking,
I
This-
really hope if there is one that they didn't live in Valaki. Valaki? How do you say that?
Valaki.
as you say that out loud, he's like, "Why? What happened to Valaki? Because the only seamstress that can make a dress of the quality I needed was actually in Valaki."
do you ever look at the window?
No,
While you,
well,
or,
I
like,
mean,
occasionally?
why?
Well,
Signal
you
of
might have
smoke.
seen the plume of smoke. You know.
That wasn't a forest fire.
No.
Oh no, that was Valaki.
Oh my!
I look out the window. Is the plume
Oh.
still?
I think
Is the town still burning? How long has it been?
it's been like probably like 3-4 days at this point. So it's probably
down
like
to smoldering at this point.
yeah, like there's a haze in that general area, but there's no like plume cloud.
I can
So-
locate her if she's alive. We can find her.
Do
Find
you
who?
want, depending on what style we needed to go for, like maybe some silk, maybe something a little bit more natural in
I
appearance.
posted the clear option in the Discord.
Obviously.
Ghillie
yes.
suit that I just was
the one.
handed that we can turn into a dress.
No, honestly, I'm gonna. Sorry, guys. I mean, I realize this is asking. Well, honestly, before it was just kind of an out and back thing, but why? We'll come back to the town burning later. All right. So, new thing. Find a wedding dress. Good luck with that. I'll bump it to 5 for the party. 5 resurrections in case you die.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to die. This
I-
war is
I'll-
meaningless.
I'll be honest. A lot of people have said that. And he turns and he motions to like one of there's like a little like half humanoid thing sweeping up some dishes, and he's like, case in point, that dude said that about 4 months ago. Now he's cleaning up after Vasilka, who's a flesh golem, so yeah, a
Is
little more valuable than you think.
what's her name? The Vistani woman still with us?
Esmeralda, no, and well, Irina's still with you guys. Esmeralda,
Where's the trunk? Who's got the trunk? Is this like silk or something in there?
that got blown up with her wagon back at the tower when you torched it. She just had the husk of the cart and the undead spectral horses that pull
I
it.
thought we still had a treasure cart or something.
No, we
Treasure
we
chest.
gave them we gave them the treasure cart back because we felt bad.
Damn it.
He goes, well, all right, hold on. So obviously,
Sorry,
we're
I
this
missed
is
the
a bit
answer
of
to
a
that
pickle.
question. Where did she go?
She's at the tavern still.
Okay, cool. She's
Oh yeah,
drinking.
you weren't here else. Yeah, they were having a girls' day drinking brunch.
Okay,
and,
I mean, good times.
Basically, I tried to bring Esmeralda, and the group convinced her to not come with them because she was tanked. So-
Can we take a little
was gonna say.
break? I gotta
Yeah,
make
let's-
a potty.
Yeah, let's take a quick break. We'll come back, and then I got stuff so it's just not all talking the whole time.
Okay.
Groovy.
Cool.
BRB. And we're back.
Let's say. Okay, so point of clarification.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the Morning Lord like a person, like a god?
He is a deity in favor. He's a well-known deity. He's basically the equivalent of the Catholic Church. I mean, he's just good and straightforward. He's like, but almost
generic, okay.
he's
Is
generic
he
good.
well known enough that I would know his stance on like undead?
Yeah,
Generally not a fan.
Generally not a fan. Yeah.
And yet here, this emissary, this guy who's claiming to be like a direct emissary of the Morning Lord, is like sustaining an entire town of undead.
I know, weird, right?
Okay, so
Yeah,
here's my understanding of it.
Absolutely with you that this is fishy as fuck.
So this is a demiplane, right? We're all trapped here.
Yes.
I think the Celestial either came here or was drawn here somehow, and Strahd didn't want to have to deal with this Celestial, so he basically exploited the fact that the Celestial would care for creatures. It has a good nature. He gave it this book from this place, the Amber Temple, to heal the genetic defects, the physical defects in the Bellevues. But what it did instead was turn them into these animal hybrids who are dangerous. And now the abbot is occupied here looking after these people and looking after the people in the town. It seems like Strahd knew that this creature was like a threat to him and basically neutralized him by forcing him to, by exploiting he's a good being, basically, and forcing him to take care of all these people and minister to them, so that the abbot is kept busy here and out of Strahd's business. Because he can't banish him, right? He can't get him out of this demiplane. He probably can't kill him. Or if he could, it would cost him a lot more than he's willing to. I don't know. I mean, the Celestial, in the meantime, seems to be whatever book Strahd gave him seems to have corrupted him. So he's not fully reliable as a a representative of the true divine will, as much as I understand it.
Are you in character or out of character?
This would be in character, but okay. I'm not saying any of this in front of him, so I guess both.
Oh, okay. Luna would just have opinions about that, so I wasn't sure if you said that in character.
So we're like, I have a wacky
technically
idea.
he would be free if we killed all the creatures, is what you're telling me?
Well, that was my thought.
I think if we offered to kill the creatures, the abbot would object because he's still kind of a good being, but he if he wanted them dead, or if he was okay with them being dead, he would have killed them himself, I think.
Interesting.
Well, if it was really their choice, then he just fulfilled their request and did his best. But I would say...
And he still is. So, killing him, there's problems to that, and there's pros and cons.
Okay, so let's not try and kill him. Let's not try and kill the mongrel.
I wouldn't suggest we try to kill the abbot, at least not yet.
I'm assuming the killing point is not out loud. You're not like, yeah, we really shouldn't kill, like in front of him. Okay, cool.
If we have any of these discussions in character, it would be much later when we're well out of his earshot.
Of course. I think we'll just pick up right there. He kind of said, well, I'm not gonna ask if you guys burned down Velaki, because honestly, don't really. I guess I care. It's hard. I care. I'd love to go. Okay, but you know about it. We'll have to talk more about it later. But the wedding dress. I have one spot that would work.
So that's a no to the dyeing the ghillie suit black.
I love the vibe and I love the creativity, and honestly, we could try it. But I can't stand up to Strahd. I feel like you guys, well, you can and you can't. I just don't want to see more people hurt by this, and I really feel like we could solve this with a lot less bloodshed if we just got this dress. Plus, hey, resurrection spells. If you get cursed, you turn into a werewolf. That happens a lot here. You'd be surprised. All I gotta
okay.
all I gotta do is touch it.
Say we get the dress for you,
Sure.
and what is her name? Vasilka?
Yep, that's her.
She is outfitted in the dress, and you present her to Strahd, and Strahd turns her down. What then? Just in the hypothetical event. Do you have a plan?
I mean, she is pretty hot, but she is
Do you
not
have
a
a plan
very
for
good
what is
conversationalist.
your next project or your next attempt or anything of that sort?
I'll be honest. I
do you
just
have
got
a backup plan.
I just gotta put my faith in the Morning Lord, and the Morning Lord tells me that this is something that will work. So I think that if I had a backup plan, I'd be subverting that. So
I'm not laughing in character.
Yeah. So no, this
is just amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's everything I do comes directly from him, man.
Well,
I mean, that's just, you got to have faith sometimes.
5 resurrections is nothing to sneeze at. If we should fall in combat, we'll
Hey,
want
and
that.
I'll tell you what, we'll give Vasilko the mask that your creepy tall friend over there has, and I'll tell you what, man, I will fix you up something nice. And he takes it. You mind if I see that real quick?
I turn to Abe and I say, "What do you think, Abe? Because I've got your back on this, and I'm not gonna do something that you don't support."
I have no problems. This mask has brought us a lot of grief.
Well, what about finding a dress for the abbot? Are you okay with this?
Yes.
And he takes.
Yes.
He takes the mask from you and he kind of holds it. He's like, "Oh, so this has got like
an agreement."
Yeah, hold on before I go into this whole thing. Yeah, are you down? I mean, I could tell you where to find one.
Yeah,
if anyone does not want to do that,
there's probably I'll be honest. There's probably some sweet fucking loot there too. Pardon me for cursing.
Sure.
Be careful with that mask.
Annoyed at the Celestials for saying fuck. Yes.
Dig into you.
I assume there's a Celestial. Like, Celestial must have a word for fuck. It must.
You get the vibe that him kind of being around the mongrel folk and being in Barovia for like a millennia, he's kind of chilled out. He's just a super.
I get that impression. Yeah.
He's just a super hot chill dude, and he's just like, so he's like, all right, six. So first things first. Let me see this mask. And he holds the mask of the Strahd's Bride up. He's kind of looking at it for a minute. He's like, oh, so it's got like fucking like detect undead on it, like in it. And then he looks at he's like, "You just put this on your face, man?"
I did.
Did you clean it? I mean, hold on, come here real quick. And he like goes to like put a hand on you. But he waits to see if you're cool with it first. He's like, "I'm not." He's like, well, "I can just top you right off, make sure there's nothing infectious or curse related." Or
Abe just kind of like shrugs and goes.
He touches you, and you gain 15 temporary hit points. And you're just all spell slots up. I mean, obviously you're all full still, but you get that 15 extra HP. Any diseases or whatever, he's like, yeah, that'll just, like I said, direct from the Morning Lord. Any diseases, anything like that, kick them right out.
It's a long shot. I have to ask.
This
is the reason why I even arrived here completely on accident. You wouldn't happen to know the location of my sister, would you?
Well, I don't.
Liana Tarkin?
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. I know exactly where. Oh, buddy. I would. This is actually. Oh man, it's funny how the Morning Lord works in strange ways. She's actually where I was about to tell you guys to go. And that's not a good thing. I'm gonna be honest with you right there.
Oh boy.
So
it's like
so the last I heard of her, she came to see me quite a while ago. Beautiful young girl. She's very, very, very pretty. She handled Siegfried and Otto, all of them with the kind of just really understanding of all of my really. I tried to get her to stay on kind of as a disciple, and she passed on. She didn't really know where she was going. She said she was going to it's a small. It used to be it's like the third biggest city. Let me just look for it real quick. hold on. And you see him like he turns around. He's kind of like pondering in thought. I love that in the side chat we're having a discussion of what a cheesecake is like, because Canadian Sarah doesn't know what a cheesecake is. Really?
Cheesesteak.
On, like, some...
Cheesesteak?
Yes.
That's just like a thing? You've never heard of a cheesecake? I'm sorry, like not to completely break the whole thing, but I'm just
not
like...
really a thing.
That's like not a thing here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, I gotta introduce Fantasy Cheesesteak. He's like, okay.
It's like Arby's and Subway had a child.
So he's like,
no, that's offensive to even think about that.
I was gonna say we don't compare Arby's to cheesesteak.
Okay, well, Arby's is disgusting.
Oh my god, I did not know this was an actual kind of sandwich. I'm looking.
We do not endorse Arby's on this stream.
It's true. Arby's is
unless they're willing to pay us.
Unless they're willing to pay Mike.
Right?
Yeah.
There's an Arby's about 3 minutes drive away from where I live, and I can confidently say in 12 years of living here, I have not come there once.
Tony Luke's is the shit, Mr. Cruz. Tony Luke's in Philadelphia is the best fucking cheesesteak ever. And their pulled pork with broccoli rabe is the bomb. And just give me a sandwich. I don't care.
I love it all. I want to imagine half of this is in character, and the Abbott's like, shit, that sounds good. Fuck.
And actually, on that note, like, I'm going to have to wrap up soon.
Just do Celestials eat.
Get it? Wrap up. Can we talk about subs?
He's like, okay. He's like, okay, real quick, small things, and you're out of here. So you're going to Berez. It used to be the third largest city. It was destroyed by Strahd. It is now a swamp. Last time I saw your sister, man, there, she was going to head off there. There was apparently some holy relic there of some kind or something she thought would help her out. So I gave her directions, set her on her way. That's been a bit, dude. Yeah, what's up?
Do you know what kind of relic it is?
It's like
we were pointing out Berez on the map too. Like we know where it is.
It was like a sword or something.
Groovy.
All right. Like a big sword.
Is there somewhere we could stay for the night and then head out in the morning?
I mean, you could camp here, but I'll be honest, you probably just hike back down.
Honestly, Abe doesn't even want to wait. Like Abe will trek through whatever to go ahead and find his sister. Like he will start now if he has to.
That's why I'm going to look at Abe.
Wait, sorry, Abe will trek through whatever to find what?
His sister.
Abe, we really need to start in the morning. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to go straight there and find your sister. I promise you. As I put my hand on his hand up here.
As long as we're breaking theme with the hillbillies, though, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna bounce on the hillbillies.
How long ago was it that she went in that direction?
Oh man, probably 15, 16 years, man.
Years.
Yeah, it's been a bit. Times, I'll be honest though, that doesn't really mean much. Time's weird here.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I'm a millennia. Siegfried's at least 400 years old.
I was actually going to ask, how old are the Belleviews exactly? Are they immortal?
Well, immortal's a bit of a weird term that I don't think I.
Will they die of old age? I should say.
Look, man, it's hard to tell when a half donkey man's getting old. You know.
They certainly seem to be. Well, okay. Well, how long do the humans live here? I should ask. Normally.
Once again,
about as long.
Question,
about as long as they do in the material plane. Do you know?
No, I would say maybe +5 times 5 times 5 is a good. No, everyone here is oldest. You gotta understand. You die here, you just come back out of soul, man.
Okay, so. Okay. So it's not really. It's like they're not really dying. They're just recycling.
Sure. So a couple last things. That dress is also in Berez, in the ruins there. The only reason I know that is not because it is hidden in a chest or anything. That would be weird, right? If I sent you on some sort of weird quest to get something in a chest. I know it's funny, but it's actually on a witch.
On a witch. Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's worse.
Are we gonna have to kill the witch?
Maybe.
Because the dress is gonna get stabbed and slashed and blood on it.
Well, then don't do it stabbily.
Well, we're
Maybe
gonna
we
have to.
can
If we
just
kill her,
buy
we're
it
gonna have to
from
do
her.
something. We're gonna
Well,
have
then
to.
maybe.
Like,
Look, man, I'm just saying. That's the just because I
I
met her.
like I can prestidigitation. I can clean it up afterwards, but there's
Well, you
only
don't
so
think-
much I can do.
One of you doesn't know mending? It's like a first
Does
level
anyone
spell.
have mending? It's a cantrip.
Asshole, and
It's a cantrip, asshole.
Look, man, when you're a millennia old, everything's a cantrip. Fuck you.
touche.
Abe just kind of says, like, I'm shocked to hear it's been that long because for me, when I left, it was only a matter of weeks before my sister went missing. And he, like, kind of, like, pulls out this tiny, like, vial of this weird liquid. And
It's
it's,
a
he
cantrip
kind of lets you know,
asshole.
like, it's a cantrip asshole. Yeah, this is, like, the mutagen that gave him his powers. And, like, he was...
So she just like shows up
Out
in like
of
a
the
different
dress.
plane completely.
Like
naked.
Beetlejuice, when they're summoned into the
Yeah.
wedding clothes.
But yeah, like, I have this mutagen in case Ileana, like, needed to find a way to, like, defend herself. So, story-wise, I can give it to my sister if she's still alive, or give it to one of you guys if you wanted to multi-class into a, the hell am I? Blood Hunter.
Mm.
A blood hunter.
It's the bloodhound. He goes, well, that makes sense. Like I said, time is a weird thing, man. She just kind of showed up and dipped. But if you go to Perez, and I don't care how you get the dress off the witch. Maybe don't stab her. You could probably just ask nicely. She's not an unreason. She's not like, I mean, a witch is a
You
bit
really
of a
think
broad
she'd
term.
just give us the clothes she's
Well,
wearing?
you know, you'd
Write her a
probably,
letter and we could
you'd-
deliver it.
Like, listen, I am pretty persuasive. I don't
you'd
know if
probably,
I'm that persuasive, but I'd be happy to try.
what, you can't talk
I mean,
a woman
my
out of her
persuasion
clothing,
is a
fish boy?
+7, so.
I mean,
I
I
can.
have before. I just have never asked if I could walk away with it afterwards.
Fine.
Like,
Oh,
you have to
listen.
give her something else to wear. Unless
Listen.
maybe she, I don't know.
Okay. What if one of us seduces her, and then like
How old
Elster
is she?
just like puts
While
his
she's
hands up.
distracted, you guys make off with the dress. I could potentially do that.
Yes, the little man.
Yeah,
Like,
Elster
what if I went in separately, like I didn't know you guys, and then while we were engaged, you guys just sneak in and steal a dress, and I'm like, oh, your dress was stolen by some strangers I have no idea about. That's such a shame. Well, bye.
I'm
And
gonna
then
turn
move
to
on.
the,
Elster's
I'm
gonna
gonna turn
cast
to the
disguise
priest dude and ask him
disguise
if the
self
witch
to
is
look
straight or
at
gay.
like the
Yeah,
look
sure.
like the abbot.
He's- okay.
Let's go seduce a witch.
Nice. Okay. And
Yeah.
he goes, okay, so real quick, things you're gonna need to know before we go. Otherwise, you probably should stay the night in the inn so Mishka doesn't murder you. You're going to Berez. It's to the south. You already probably know where it is. You're looking for your sister was seen there a while ago. There is a witch. Her name is Lagasa. She has the wedding dress on her. I don't know if she's straight or gay. That's not really my curious. I don't ask, don't tell. Just kind
We
of
could
how
like
she
both
vibes.
try at
I'm
once, and that way
there.
guaranteed maybe something.
Look, there's 5 of you. I'm sure she's into one of you. D&D is weird.
We should just all try at once.
Anyways,
No, it's not. That could, oh my god! Imagine if we all succeeded.
I don't
never
get.
mind, never mind. Moving on.
I don't need to know how you get the dress. Bring the dress back to me. Hopefully, you find your sister, Ibrahim. I appreciate it. I wish the best for her. I will give you 5 resurrection spells, and I will give you something to replace this mask without a hook in the curses and all that.
Oh, cool.
Give me time to figure out something. Give me time to figure out something while you're gone. I will figure out something to replace it for you.
That's
This
so
is a
good.
dead witch. Let's
Can we
do
have
this.
your friends here just like finish making the ghillie suit because it was just kind of like more of a mesh net. I really would enjoy a
Yeah,
little bit of camouflage.
I mean, I think the thing is you're supposed to kind of adapt it to the terrain. So if you're moving to maybe the swamp, you probably don't want to bring the mountains with you. But that's just that's just the celestial being's advice. Descendant from one of the higher powers. So maybe just
Well, then maybe you can
Oh,
have
here
them
you
teach me
you
how to
dropped
do
this
that.
name. Here, you forgot it.
You can have them teach me how to do this so I can adapt it wherever I go.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of like, yeah. Talk to Otto on the way out. I mean, honestly, I was gonna shove some branches and shit through that. But it's not really my purveyorship. Okay, I think that covers everything. Good luck. I'll see you soon. Please maybe next time. I mean, maybe talk to the Burgomaster.
It was
Maybe
wonderful
talk-
to meet you, Abbott. Thank you for
Yeah,
everything.
maybe
all
tell
your
the
help.
Burgomaster I'm sorry. Maybe we could talk things out. I didn't really realize
Sure.
this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, hypothetically, if the witch is straight, do you think she'd be more into, like, Twinkie fish or hunky fish? Because, like,
I don't technically know what the witch is into because we haven't gotten there yet.
You might have
I
to
think
roll for it.
we're gonna end the night with you guys going to leave the room and then go ahead and make a quick group perception check for me.
okay. Perception. Oh, sick.
Oh no, you guys with the nat
I'm
cancel
the
out
only
the
one that
5
dropped the ball.
or the nat 1. The first thing you guys, as you creak the door open, you notice that the chamber in the middle of the room is incredibly well lit. And the second thing you hear from far down the hallway is basically what sounds just like this, like incredibly guttural roar, followed by these like half human, half animal screams. And the abbot just kind of goes, "Oh, good lord! Y'all are either gonna want to run or hang out in here because I think it's feeding time. So feeding, and I'll be honest, there's only one person that controls them right now, and it's Clovis. And Clovis is upstairs ringing the bell, so I don't know who let him out. So, I might let you guys deal with that.
Aren't you a wonderfully responsible being here?
I
Why
am
wouldn't
incredibly
you go and get Clovis, and then we'll
Yeah,
deal
I'll
with
be-
this.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's like, I'll tell you what, you guys go out the door, you see what's up, I'll go get Clovis, I'll come down and help you guys wrangle them all up if any get out. All right?
Just
throw in
send
some,
Clovis. If Clovis is the
No.
one that can control them.
I like my plan better, honestly.
Oh my god, maybe he's trying to get
and-
us to kill them all.
And
I don't say this.
with that, he literally sprouts giant angelic wings and just teleports. And just
Show
goes
off.
Hmm.
And,
I mean, God, what a fucking stud, but show
and,
off.
and we're gonna end the night with you hear from upstairs is you just hear the banjo music that's been playing just stop and go,
It's
oh
the
shit.
banjo music stops me.
Yes. You assume that he went to go stop Clovis from doing whatever the hell. And we'll end there because I think Elster's got to be careful.
So now are there going to be like 60 animal inbred hybrids?
I don't speak to
coming at us?
what feeding time is. We shall see.
Well,
Okay,
I have a wand
like,
of fireballs.
If feeding time involves feeding them like innocent people, like I'm gonna murder them. So
I don't think the abbot would do that. It's probably like just livestock or something.
I think it seemed more like this was unhappy inconvenience. You spent a long time bullshitting, and so maybe you kind of edged into feeding time, where
Yeah.
Also, because we've gone like 19 sessions, we've gone like 2 sessions without any combat, and I want to give you guys a chance to hit stuff eventually.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I like combat.
Yeah,
I like combat as well.
exactly. So I figured next week we can actually have a fun. We can have a fun buffed up. Fun buffed up battle scene. Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be feeding time.
We got some good plots.
Supper time.
We got some good.
Yeah, that was fun.
We had some good goofs, and next time we can smack a hoe.
All right, 2:30 Saturday.
We are on the Saturday.
This Saturday.
that's for the Tyranny of Dragons.
Yes.
Tyranny of Dragons.
Tyranny of
Okay,
Dragons.
so no, yeah.
Looking at my calendar.
Just wanted
We're
to make
gonna
sure
have
it
a
wasn't
guest.
for this because it's like, oh god, I definitely missed the
No,
plan.
no.
We're gonna have a
This is
guest?
mine.
Cool.
Sarah, you
Yeah,
gonna be a
we
guest NPC?
Yes, Sarah, come be a guest NPC.
Do it if you
Right.
can.
Just play a character that just like shows up and dies instantly.
Oh, wear a red shirt.
We can have you. You can play one of fucking Cruz's birds.
Yeah, they
Oh,
die all
God.
the time. Yeah, she can be
The
the
one
cardinal.
bird died
no.
repeatedly. The one bird died repeatedly.
That's awful.
Yep, I'm
That cardinal, I have an owl.
Can I just
Sure.
express my disappointment in like 4 of you not being able to kill a fucking mimic?
Okay,
It took a
we
while.
actually did.
We took a while. I hit it. I hit it.
It was
I hit
I
it once.
have been in combats where 3 to 5 rounds have gone by and no character among 5 hit the monster
That's awful.
with their attacks. It
to
was
be fair,
awful.
To be fair, they have on average over 50 hit points of damage, and none of us are very strong yet.
This was around level 4. It was the fight with the hags in the windmill. It was the last night hag that was alive. I don't know if it was the same in your guys' game.
They were pretty clever, and they gimmicked it in this one. What'd you guys do? Like get her hair stuck? I let you get her hair stuck in the mill.
I grabbed her hair and caught it in the mill, and then we created the choke point.
Yeah.
So they can only come down one at a time.
And I didn't use I didn't have them fight all 3 at once. Because they would have beefed it.
Okay.
But
yeah, so we got one stuck in the mill. The other we killed, I think, outright, and the
other
did they ever get to use their cauldron
with the ship, right?
No, they torched they burnt the last one inside the house.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
My party fought them inside the windmill, and they got to use the cauldron, and there was all 3 of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, the first 2, the second 2 rather, were there for the first 2 or 3 rounds, but after that, it was
I'm interested to I want to talk to you when this is all said and done about how your party went through versus how this is going, because I feel like I deviated a 90% right or a 90-degree right turn from most things.
I am loving this.
I've talked to someone actually recently who's played Curse of Strahd, and their party got completely TPK'd at the tower.
I mean,
oh wow, I can see how the rolls could lead that way, because there's 3 night hags and they have a coven.
I mean, I've pulled a lot of punches early on to keep people from outright dying after the death house, because
there's conveniences though. Like once you kill one of the night hags, the coven collapses, so they don't have their spell casting anymore.
I'll be honest,
but
I think since
some DMs will be like, no, they can still cast spells and
keep the coven spells.
Yeah, so it depends on the DM too, really.
I think they choose to do. I've consistently knocked someone out once a combat session, except up until recently. But before it was someone's going down once a session. I just haven't killed anyone yet, and that's not really anyone's fault. It's just that's the way the dice have fallen.
Yeah. Well, plus, we have a couple people in the party who are proficient at keeping people alive.
Yeah, I mean, technically, Arena did explode.
I have an area of effect to bring people back to life spells. So that
oh my
kind
god,
of makes
that's
things
cool.
easier.
You're like a spirit healer from Dragon Age.
Yeah, and I would say as a DM, I'm not above killing anyone. I will happily murder a character off. Just everyone does a really good job of playing smart. You guys keep each other alive really, really well. So I feel without unfairly targeting someone,
well, you could go by basically the monster's intelligence score. The higher their intelligence, the more likely they are to target obvious healers or obvious spellcasters, that kind of thing.
I mean, if there was to be a TPK, then that's not a big deal, or even a party member death. That's not a huge deal because once again we can bring people back. But I hate when DMs are like, oh, you're down, and the monster is an intelligent person and has isn't trying to kill you for food or anything, and instead of moving on to the next threat, is going to just smack you twice for 2 death throws.
Yeah,
there's because it cheaps out that whole dramatic moment of will they, won't they.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I also in the entire sum of my second, third, fourth, and fifth level spells, I have 1 damage dealing spell, and the rest are all basically party support. So we're pretty well to keep each other alive.
And I'm a bard.
I would say that. You're
a man. Yeah, we are. I should have taken more damaging spells. Shit.
The death
Who attacks
house
with a weapon? Because now that Raz isn't coming back, my whole weapon spell might
inflict wounds is my main damage dealer.
Abe's your only melee dealer. You probably need another. I'll probably
maybe I should switch out holy weapon.
I'll probably just keep Raz around for a bit.
Raz is an NPC.
How much?
Yeah, I'll probably just play him as a DMPC for a little bit.
I like that.
And then,
how much does that?
I kind of like there being a beefy Triton in the party who's kind of I mean, he was standoffish with me while Ian was playing him. I think is
He's,
that his name, Ian?
He's
Honestly,
easy. Yeah,
I don't
Ian.
play much
Yeah.
with that guy.
And Raz is an easy
Kinda
character to play until like he wants to hit things. He has a magic spear that talks to him, and that's his shtick, right? So it's not. I don't have to try too hard to embellish that.
Oh damn, that's not cast.
In
Oh,
theory,
you
I could
gotta go
cast
potty?
inflict wounds
Alright.
for 7d10 damage. That
Alright,
would be
guys.
sweet.